The human heart is a traitor, and mine had been betraying me for 6 months straight. Pun intended. His name was Adrian, and he was my roommate, my gym buddy, and the walking embodiment of everything I'd sworn off after my last disaster of a relationship. Straight boys with curious eyes. Straight boys who stood too close. Straight boys who looked at me like I was a puzzle they desperately wanted to solve but were too afraid to touch. Adrian was all of that and more. I'm straight. He announced regularly, usually right after I caught him staring at me coming out of the shower, or when his girlfriend called, and he'd look at me with something like guilt before answering. Like, totally straight. Into women. Love women. Nobody's questioning you, man. I'd say, even though we both knew that wasn't quite true, the thing is, I'd learned to read the signs. The way his breath would catch when I walked past him shirtless. How he'd find excuses to touch me, adjusting my form at the gym, brushing lint off my shoulder, that weird thing where he'd punch my arm and let his fist linger just a second too long. The questions that came late at night, when he'd had too much to drink. What's it like with a guy? Like, really like? I kept my distance because I'd been down this road before, and it only led to heartbreak. Straight boys didn't suddenly become not straight, just because you wanted them to. They experimented. They panicked. They went back to their girlfriends and pretended it never happened. But Adrian was making it really damning hard to remember that. It all came to a head on a Tuesday in October. His girlfriend had just broken up with him. Something about him being emotionally unavailable and distant. He'd been drinking since noon. Sitting on our couch in sweatpants and a t-shirt that'd seen better days, scrolling through old photos on his phone with the kind of intensity that suggested he was looking for answers in pixels. She said, "I don't really see her," he muttered when I came home from work. "That I'm always somewhere else." In my head, I set down my bag. "Are you?" "Yeah." He looked up at me, and his eyes were red-rimmed but clear. "Yeah, I am." Thinking about what? You know what? My heart started hammering. "Adrian." "I'm straight," he said, but it sounded like a question this time, like he was testing the words, seeing if they still fit. "I'm straight, but I can't stop thinking about you. I'm straight, but I dream about you. I'm straight, but when she touched me, all I could think about was how your hands would feel instead." I should have shut this down. Should have been the responsible one. But I'd spent 6 months watching him, wanting him, imagining this exact moment, and now that it was here, I couldn't move. "What do you want from me?" I asked carefully. He stood up, swaying slightly, and crossed the room until he was right in front of me, close enough that I could smell the whiskey on his breath, could see the war happening behind his eyes. "I want you to tell me I'm crazy, that this is just confusion or curiosity or whatever. I want you to make this make sense." "I can't do that." "Why not?" "Because you're not crazy, Adrian. You're just scared." He flinched like I'd hit him. "I'm straight." "Okay. I am. I've always been straight. I've never wanted a guy before. Never even thought about it." "Okay." "Stop saying okay." His voice cracked. "Stop being so damning calm about this. I'm losing my mind here. I'm straight, but I want you. I'm straight. But I lie awake at night, listening to you breathe in the next room and wishing I could be in there with you. I'm straight, but every time you bring a guy home, I want to punch through a wall. How the damn does that make sense?" "It doesn't have to make sense." "Yes, it does. It has to mean something. I have to be something. I can't just be this mess of wanting things I'm not supposed to want." I stepped closer, and he didn't back away. "Says who? Who made the rules about what you're supposed to want?" "Everyone. Society. My family. My damning brain." He grabbed the front of my shirt, and I didn't know if he wanted to push me away or pull me closer. "I'm straight." "Then go to bed, Adrian. Sleep it off. Tomorrow this will all just be drunk talk." "I don't want to be drunk talk." His voice dropped to a whisper. "I want to be real. I want you to be real. I am real. Then prove it. Touch me. Kiss me. Make me understand what the damn is happening to me. You're drunk. I'm sober enough to know what I want." His grip tightened. "Please. I'm begging you. I need to know if this is real or if I'm just broken somehow. I need to feel something that makes sense." And there it was, the moment I'd been dreading and desperately hoping for in equal measure. Adrian, who proclaimed his straightness like a shield, was begging me for something he couldn't name, couldn't accept, couldn't walk away from. If we do this, I said slowly, everything changes. You can't take it back. You can't pretend it didn't happen. I know. And I won't be your experiment. I won't be the thing you try once and then regret. If you want this, you have to want me. Not the idea of me. Not the curiosity. Me. He looked at me for a long moment, and I watched him make the choice. Watched him decide that wanting me was worth more than the comfortable lie he'd been telling himself. I want you, he said. God help me. I want you so much I can't breathe around it. I kiss him then, and it was like watching a dam break. 6 months of tension, of stolen glances and almost touches, of questions neither of us dared ask out loud. All of it poured into that kiss. He made a sound low in his throat, something between a moan and a sob, and pulled me closer. We stumbled to his room, shedding clothes and inhibitions. On his bed, the one he'd shared with his girlfriend until this morning, he looked up at me with eyes that were terrified and desperate and absolutely certain. I'm straight, he whispered, even as his hands pulled me closer. I'm straight, but please, please damn me. Please show me what this is. Please help me understand. The contradiction should have stopped me. The fact that he was still clinging to that label even as he begged for this should have been a red flag the size of Texas. But I saw past the words to what he was really saying. I'm scared, but I trust you. I don't understand this, but I need it. I'm not ready to name what I am, but I'm ready to feel it. So I gave him what he asked for. Slowly, carefully, I showed him what it meant to want someone so completely that labels became meaningless. I watched him come apart beneath me. Watched him shed every defense and pretense until he was just Adrian, not straight, not gay, not anything but himself, finally honest in his desire. Afterward, we lay tangled together, both of us shaking. He traced patterns on my chest, his touch gentle and wondering. I'm not straight, he finally said. Am I? Does it matter what you are? No. Yes. I don't know. He pressed his face against my neck. All I know is that felt right in a way nothing ever has before. Like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. That's enough. Is it? Is it enough that I don't have answers? That I can't promise you I won't panic tomorrow or next week? That I'm probably going to dam this up spectacularly? I turned to face him, cupping his jaw. You begged me for this. You said you needed to understand. Did you? Do you understand now? Then that's where we start. He kissed me again, slower this time, more certain. And when he pulled back, there was something new in his eyes. Not confidence exactly, but acceptance. The willingness to not have all the answers. I'm sorry I said I was straight, he murmured, while literally begging you to damn me. That was damned up. I laughed despite everything. Yeah, it was... Can we just not use labels for a while? Can I just be yours without having to figure out what that makes me? You can be whatever you want, as long as you're honest about it. I'm honestly terrified, and I'm honestly more turned on than I've ever been in my life. And I'm honestly falling for you so hard, I don't know which way is up anymore. I pulled him close, breathing in the scent of his skin. That works for me. Yeah. He said he was straight, but he begged me for sex. And in the honesty of that begging, in the vulnerability of admitting he wanted something he couldn't explain, he became more real than any label could ever make him. Sometimes the truest thing about us is the thing we're most afraid to name. And sometimes the bravest thing we can do is want something anyway.